G'day everyone, it's Sam. Today's practice is going to be a core challenge. So aiming for around about 10 minutes. If you know me, you know I'm famously always going over time or under time. So we'll see how we go. We are going to use some blocks for this practice, and we're going to be working with a lot of variations of Navasana. So a lot of core work down on the bottom, and then working to strengthen the arms and shoulders towards the end. So when you're ready, let's come on down to the bottom. And we're going to get straight into it. So we're going to grab one block and pop it between our shins long ways and on the skinniest setting if you can there. And then the second block is just going to go between your palms. So wiggle and adjust so you're nice and high up on those sitting bones. Flex the toes towards the face and then gently lean backwards to hover the legs up off the mat. So toes are flexing towards the face. The block between the shins is being held by your legs, your inner legs hugging. And then we're going to take that second block and just reach out over the top of the knees. So from here, you feel the shoulder blades starting to draw back towards each other, the chest gently lifting. Keep those toes flexing towards the face. Keep hugging that block between the calves. And then once you feel strong and supported, all we're going to do is press the heels out in front of us to straighten the legs. Nice one. So this is our Navasana. From here, we're going to lower down to Ardha Navasana. So as we lower, you want to feel the low back ground first. So bring the chin to chest, lower down slowly. Let your heels hover off the earth, and then start to extend your arms up and overhead without your hands touching the floor. So we're in that hollow body shape. And then if you're shaking, don't worry, so am I. Take a breath in. On the exhale, come back up. Navasana. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, we lower, hollow body. Hold for the breath in. Exhale, we rise. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, we lower. So we're going to do this a number of times for about 60 seconds. Take a breath. Exhale, we rise. So we pause on the inhale. The exhale, we lower down. Hold for the breath in. Exhale to rise. Make sure those blocks are still being held. Pause for the breath in. Exhale, we lower. Nice one. So now we're just going to do the same thing, but double time it. So inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. We'll go 5 more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Inhale for 2, we lift, flex the toes. Exhale for 2, we lower. Inhale, we rise, last one. Exhale, lower and hold. We're here for 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep the low back pressing down for 5. Keep the toes flexing for 4, for 3, 2, on 1. Bring the knees to chest. Remove the block between the hands. Woo. Take your arms out to either side like 2 90-degree angles, and then hug those knees in towards the chest a little more. Keep hugging the block between the calves. From here, we take both knees over towards the left elbow without them touching the floor. Let them hover there. Take a breath. Then exhale, come back through center. Take the knees over towards the right elbow. Let them hover away from the earth. So you're pressing down through the elbows to keep the knees lifting. We're working a little more of an active twist here. Gently come back through center. We'll do that 2 more times. So knees over towards the left elbow without touching the floor. Come back through center. Knees over towards the right elbow without touching the floor. So this is just our warm-up right now. So if this feels a little easy, don't worry. It'll lead us towards something a little more active in just a moment. So after you've made your way through that third and final round, we're going to come back through center, straighten the legs, flex the toes towards the face. We still have that block between the shins. If you need to adjust it, absolutely. This time, take the arms out wide and press your palms into the earth. So the arms are straight, the legs are straight. Take a breath in. On the exhale, both feet over towards your left elbow without touching the floor. Let them hover, really press into the left hand. And then come back up through center. Take both feet over towards the right elbow without them touching. Let them hover. And gently come back through center. We make our way through that 2 more times. So legs over towards the left hand. Let them hover, hover, hover. Push into your left hand. Bring those legs back through center. Take them over towards the right hand. Let them hover, 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 hover. And then push back to center. Last one. So this is really going to work the lower belly and help to strengthen the lower back as well. Make sure you're using your hands to push against the earth to help make those transitions just a little bit easier. Hovering over towards the right hand. Take one last breath. Exhale, come back to center. Keep that block between the shins. Reach your hands up towards your feet. So drive the low back down to lift the tailbone up and off the earth, and then reach the hands up towards the toes without touching them, even if you can. We're here for 10, for 9, 8, lift higher, 7, 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Block between the thighs. Set the feet underneath the knees. We're setting up for a bridge pose here. So ground down through your elbows, ground down through your feet, and then push to lift the hips up nice and high. That's just going to take the tension out of the hip flexors for a moment and give us a chance to lengthen through the belly. So the more you drive those elbows down, the more the hips can start to lift. Take a breath here. Hold for the exhale. And gently lower your bottom down. Start to lift your head and chest up off the mat. Reach your arms out in front. Lift your legs, lift your chest. We're back in Navasana. Nice work. Block from the thighs between the palms. Lower down onto the back. Extend your right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Let your left leg hover 1 inch away from the floor. Now take both hands to the outside of your right thigh. Lift your chest up a little higher. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, we pulse the legs for 15, 14. They stay straight for 13. It's just the tailbone lifting for 12, 11, 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Legs stay where they are. Now the chest lifts for 15, 14, 13, 12. Keep holding the block. 11, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Bend that right knee, ground the right foot down. Take the left leg straight up towards the sky. Drive through the elbows. Push to lift the hips up nice and high. Take a breath here. And on the exhale, lower the left heel 1 inch away from the floor. And lift it straight back up. That's 12, 11, working the hip flexor now. 10, very important part of the core, for 9, for 8, try and keep the hips lifting, 7, for 6, keep pressing through that right foot, for 5, 4, for 3, 2, last one, lift that left leg up as high as you can, push through the right foot, lift the hips up nice and high, take one last breath, exhale gently, lower down, set both feet little ways in front of your knees. So shuffle them out just a little further in front. Reach your hands just on top of your thighs. So you want your fingers to be about halfway up the length of your thighs. That may mean you might need to walk your feet just a little further forward here. Chins in towards the chest. Shoulder blades are lifting up off the mat. Take a breath in. On the exhale, we crunch up and work to take at least our elbows, maybe even our armpits towards our knees. And then we lower back down. This is our rest, by the way. Take a breath in. Exhale. Go for 15. For 14, you want to keep your feet exactly where they are. 13. For 12. 11. Chin to chest. For 10. So rather than letting your head touch the floor, for 9 between each rep. For 8, you just keep the chin to chest so the head stays lifting. 7. For 6. 4, 5, you got it. 4, think of this like the rest. 3, we're massaging the back each time we come on down. 4, 2, and last one, come on up, lift, 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 lift. Nice work. Take a block, we're coming straight onto the left side of that sequence. No rest for the wicked. Come on down to the back, extend both legs straight up towards the sky. Left leg's gonna stay this time. Right heel's going to lower 1 inch away from the floor. Block to the outside of the left thigh. Keep the legs exactly as they are. Take a breath. Exhale, pulse to lift the tailbone. 15, 14, 13, keep the head lifting. 12, 11, 10, 9, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, for 3, 2, then on 1. The legs stay, now the chest lifts. 15, 14, 13, 12. It might be a tiny lift. 11, 10, for 9, 8, for 7, 6, 5, for 4. You got it. 3, 2, on 1. Bring the left knee. Set the foot down underneath the hips. Right leg points straight up towards the sky. We push through the left foot to lift the hips. Right leg straight up and down. Take a breath. Exhale, lower. That right heel 1 inch away from the floor. And lift it back up. Go for 12, 11, 10, for 9, 8, 7. Push through that right elbow a little more. For 6, for 5. Keep that left glute engaged. For 4, right toes flexing. 3, 2, then on 1. Lift that right leg as high as you can. Push through the left foot. Lift, 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 lift. Take an inhale. Exhale, we lower. Back down. Once again, feet a little ways in front of the knees. You want your fingers to be halfway up the length of your thighs. No rest for the wicked. Once again, lift the head and shoulders up off the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, crunch up to armpits. This time we just go 12, 11, for 10, 9, for 8. This core work's always a good idea before you start. For 7, and then halfway through you think, what have I gotten myself into? 6, for 5, for 4. You can see my feet are trying to lift. For 3, really try and press them down. They get a little bit disobedient. 2, and last one. Lift, 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 lift. Nice one. Cross one ankle over the next. Bring yourself on to hands and knees. You're going to sit the hips back towards the heels. Set your blocks just outside the hips. So we've played with these before. This next little movement is going to be a lolasana. Lift up off the floor. If you're newer, you can press the tops of your feet down and just lift your knees up and off the earth. But if you're ready to rock, the hands press down, the entire legs lift up off the mat. So you want to imagine the knees are drawing in towards the collarbones. And as we lean forward to lift, we want the knees to stay in front of the line of the arms. So to start with, we're just going to play with 5 seconds. Press down into your blocks, halfway between the knees and the hips. You can let your fingers hang off the edge there. Wrap the biceps forward, arms are nice and straight. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, lift. Knees in towards collarbones for 5, 4, for 3, 2, on 1. Interlace the hands, just roll out the wrists. So we have one more static hold, just like that. Next one's going to be for 15 seconds. And then we're going to play with a little concept I like to call the lolasana push up. Now this is really going to work the core and the arms and shoulders as well. So think of it just like a regular push up. The arms are bending and straightening. Only difference is the legs will be lifting up and off the earth. So we have one more static hold, going for 15 seconds. Press the hands down, wrap the biceps forward. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, lift. 15, 14, keep the arms straight. 13, 12, 11, knees pulling up. 10, for 9, squeeze the heels in. 8, for 7, 6, isn't this fun? For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Interlace those hands. Roll out the wrists. Now we don't want to rest too much because we want to save the best stuff until last, and we don't want to be super pooped, so we don't want to give yourself too much rest because then you think it's done, right? And then it's even harder to start back up. So with the lolasana push-up, it's the same concept. You lean forward to lift, and only this time we'll bend the elbows just until the shins graze the earth, and then work to push and press back up. So you're really going to blast the triceps. Great for shoulder stabilization. And the core's working because the legs are lifting up and off the earth. So the intention is to go for 12. If you get 1, fantastic. If you get 2, who cares? It doesn't really matter. But set the hands, wrap the biceps. Take a breath in, lean forward. Exhale, bend the elbows to lift. 12, 11, 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whoo! Gently lower down. Set your blocks off to the side. Tuck the toes under. Allow the heels to rest on the floor. Just take yourself into this gentle space of Malasana for a moment. Let your chest rise. Now we have one more little exercise. And what we're going to do is we're going to go for broke. We're going to go until failure, until we can literally do no more. And what it is from downward facing dog, working to jump into that bent arm lolasana from downward facing dog, and then push back to take yourself into downward facing dog. So think of it like a crow pose, only your knees are not resting on your arms, they are hovering in towards the chest. We call it the floating crow. I'll demonstrate one round just to show you what it looks like, and then we'll get into it. So from downward facing dog, look forward, lift heels, bend knees. I'm going to work to land with bent arms and knees between the chest and hover. And then come back, downward facing dog. So there's a lot of exhale going on. As soon as the feet lift, exhale to compress the lower belly in and draw the knees in towards the chest. We go for broke. Aim for as many as you can. Maybe it's 1, maybe it's none. If you've never done it before, give it a try and see what happens. This is going to take us until the end of practice today. So from downward facing dog, take a breath in, and then let it go. If you want to use the blocks to elevate your hands slightly, you absolutely can. That'll give you a little more leeway. If you want to go without the blocks, that's cool too. Look forward, lift the heels, bend the knees. We go for broke. 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, for 8, for 9. I reckon I've got one more. Go for 10. Whew. Interlace the hands. Roll out the wrists. Lower your bottom down onto the mat. Extend the legs out long in front. Give them a shake. Hopefully the body is starting to fire up now. Core's absolutely working. Feet are flexing. Allow yourself to rest. Take a forward fold here. So if you're pressed for time and you want to get a little bit of blood flowing, definitely give this video a try. Let me know how you go in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, or leave some suggestions for what you would like to see. But for now, just stay here and enjoy your fold. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day.